Cover your eyes, see what's outside. Eventually we'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if and what if I could see you like I saw you the whole time? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Poison my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if I go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. You can say anything you like. And what if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Go on, give it your all tonight. Oh, that's not it. abuse me. I like the punishment. You keep me focused. I don't need no riddle. I like when you keep me guessing. It's alright. It's alright. Can we turn our feelings off? I need you, baby, just for one night, for one night. I know what you're looking for. You make it feel like it's the first time. Every time, every time. I don't really wanna fight right. When the truth comes out, I'd rather start it on a blank page. Yeah, I think I like it with a new face. Abuse me, I like the punishment.
Welcome back to Whiskey Oval _ TV, getting ready to rock and roll with the NODAK Outlaw Sim League, the 410 sprint cars. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Last week they were at Knoxville Raceway. Landon Cardozo, the guy that's qualified second place as of right now, helped make that third place. Landon Cardozo was able to pick up his first checkered flag of the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Starting off the qualifying session quite good, but the guy that's on top of the charge is going to be Clayton Tilley, the number 51 machine, the 12.351. Ross Kaiser, the 04 machine, with the 12.373. Landon Cardozo, P3. Zach Janis, then you have Phil rounding out the top 5. Kenny Hoffman back down in P6. Carlin Cure, 7th place. Andrew Hauser, 8th. Sean Brown, and then Daniel Boyd rounding out the top 10. 5-minute qualifying session. Then we'll get ready to rock and roll with heat race number 1. Clayton Tilley, the guy that's on top of the charts right now, he has won a race here for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League back in Eldora. I believe about the 5th race, maybe the 6th race. He won it on 7-18. Won Eldora, has not won since. Carlin Cure has won 2 times. Sorry, Carlin Cure has won 3 times. Ross Kaiser, the guy that finished in second place, or has qualified in P2. He won on 8-8 this month, back at Lanier. Dirt track at Charlotte, one of the pristine dirt tracks around the United States of America. Next week, they go off to Limaland. Then it's Labor Day, they're off. They go to Volusia, USA. Then they'll rock at Fairbury for the final race of the season.
I saw you standing over there.
Jordan Enter says, "What's up? What's up, Jordan?"
You stole my love, girl, it isn't fair.
A little bit of race info of the night. Here it is. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Track length, a 0.39-mile raceway. Temperature 70 degrees. Altitude 680 feet. A little humid out there, though. It's 70%. Over 20 machines have signed up here. I think not everybody will make the A main. I do not believe so. The outside shot here, the dirt track of Charlotte. The lights are on, the sun is down, the moon is up. You got Charlotte Motor Speedway there in the background. It's about to be race time. Nerves are up, heart beats up. Hopefully they put enough fuel in their gas tank. A lot of teammates in this league, and it's fun to watch. There's going to be the starting grid for a heat race. Number one, the man that's going to be starting on pole from the land down under with Momentum Sim Sports, number 51 machine of Clayton Tilley. Zach Janis with the SSR Elite Sim Racing, the 07 machine, the guy that does not like to do interviews. I have picked up on. He's sitting on the outside of the front row. Carlin Curie, he'll be starting in third place with Daniel Boyd with Vortex Sim Sports, the 79 machine. Starting there in that fourth spot and making up the third row, giving it to Brady Roderick and Chad Coate. Noel Anderson and Josh, the Firm Motorsports guy, the 05, will be starting back in the 8th spot, rounding out heat race number 1. The top 3 drivers will advance to the Mac Daddy Show. Everybody else, you'll have to fight in the LCQ. Clayton Tilley with the 51, the all white and black machine. Zach Janis to the outside of him. He's rocking the gray and black with the WOTV on that front wing. Carlin Curie, the 3-time winner here for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. He's running the Rocket Racing Esports scheme. And then Daniel Boyd to the outside with the all black and yellow. Vortex there on the front hood. Speedshot51.com as well. So we're stacked up, packed up, wheel to wheel, wing to wing. Getting ready to rock and roll for 10 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte with some 410 sprint cars. Let's do a little bit of shimmy and shiving. Someone already got spun out, but Clayton Tilley off to the races early on. Carlin Curie trying to hold up second place. Zach Janis, he's going to be slide jumper there for third. Daniel Boyd, he's going to be locked into the 4th spot. Brady Roderick, P5. Nolan Anderson, and then Josh, and then Chad Coate out of this race there in the 8th spot. Good battle here for second place as Zach gets to the back Nerf bar of Carlin Curie, gets loose, and now he's going to lose all sorts of time. Daniel Boyd down the backstretch as they wheel and deal down in the turns number 3 and 4. Don't hit those tractor tires. Don't hit the inside turf there. Last lap times up there on your race screen now. A 12.5 for our race leader. Carlin Curie 12.6. And Zach Janis is closing up on that back Nerf bar once again on that number 7 machine. Everybody single filed out. Track is extremely tacky as of right now. And Zach Janis is trying to get to the inside, but the number 7 machine not letting him. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 for another time. They wheel in, deal. The 7 machine gets a good exit off. And Clayton Tilley has a pretty big gap and is matching everyone's lap times. No one is able to catch up to him. Full throttle all the way around this place, and we have issues back here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was not good. No, replay. I believe Zach hit the inside tractor tires. This is a replay down into turn 1. So back to Limo, back to race mode. All those drivers are out. The checkered flag's going to wait for the 51 machine. Carlin Curie and then Daniel Boyd send those drivers to the Mac Daddy Show. Brady Roderick, Noel Anderson, and Chad Coate outside of looking in. Gotta watch out for those inside tires. Don't want to try to tickle those things. Never really works out good. Heat race number 2. Everyone grids up. Hopefully they got their setups right. qualifying becoming a very big part for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Track is always very tacky for the heat races. Not a lot of passing. It's hammer down, full throttle down, and hope for the best. And here goes a race grid. Ross Kaiser with Momentum Sim Sports on the top spot. FSI Motorsports driver filled the number 14 machine. To the outside, Andrew Hauser, another FSI guy, then 013. He'll be starting there in third. And then Colby, another FSI. 3 teammates, all next to each other. Number 30 machine. Tyler Wilson with Wide Open Motorsports, the number 42. He'll be starting there in P5. And then Richard Bates, the 16 machine, will be starting in the 6th spot. Ashley, driver from New York, the 45 machine. She'll be starting there in the 7th spot. Then Corey, then 21. We rounding out the race field way back there in the 8th spot. Got a lot of work to do there, Corey. Top 3 drivers advance. Our flagman, Joe. That's his name, is Joe. He'll be the flagman for tonight's heat race. Ross Kaiser rocking the speed shop, 51. Phil rocking the black and green NODAK Outlaw Sim League look with the FSI guys on it. Lights on the pace truck is off. We will be going green flag racing this time by. Pace truck leaves the field out there all by themselves, down the backstretch and slowly rolling into turn 3. Ross, our race starter, Phil to the outside. Andrew Hauser and Colby's making up the 2nd row. Green flag raves. Ross steps on it. Joe throws a green flag, and we're going to shimmy shy back down into turn number 1. And Ross Kaiser shoots off like a cannon. Andrew Hauser tries to match it. He slides up to P2. Tyler Wilson tries to hang down on the bottom side for that 3rd spot, but here comes Phil back down back on the high side. Inside the cockpit mode, inside the visor of Phil, the number 14, as he almost taps the outside wall. Colby gets around him for this short bit as they work lap 3 of 10. Go ahead and make a lap 4 of 10 now. Side by side for the 2nd spot. Tyler Wilson has captured it. 13 machine of Andrew Hauser falls back a spot now. But Ross Kaiser, our race leader, is completely checked out of the race field now. Still swapping back here for the 2nd spot. That is Tyler Wilson down to the bottom side. Will he be able to slide it right on over the front nose? No, he won't. So Andrew Hauser still trying to hang tight way up into those marbles. He does a crossover down the back stretch, or down the front stretch. FSI Motorsports driver still rocking very hard there for 2nd spot. Phil, the guy that started on the outside of the front row, he has fell back a couple of spots now. He's being shown back in 5th spot. Top 3 drivers advance. Colby has won a race this season as he tries to get under Tyler Wilson to complete this pass. Tyler Wilson taps the Nerf bar. Wilson got a little bit too close for comfort, tapped the Nerf bar, and he lost that front end quite quickly, so he's going to lose a lot of time. Now as a white flag waves. Outside shot of the race field, the 04 machine of Ross Kaiser tries to run away from Andrew Hauser. Hauser started closing up on him late in that heat race. We'll watch that in the Mac Daddy show. Colby P3, Tyler Wilson 4th place. 5th goes to Phil. Richard P6, Ashley 7th place, and Corey rounding out that 8th spot. Heat race 2 went a lot smoother than heat race number 1. Track's very racy. I don't know if it's racy or not. I don't know what makes dirt tracks racy. Heat race 1 though wasn't. That was just hammer down and hope for the best. Hopefully someone had a wreck there in front of you. Heat race 2, there was a lot more passing. 7 cars in this heat race. Here we go with the race grid. Landon Cardoza, the last week's winner at Knoxville from the crazy state of California. The 114 machine will be starting on a pole. Kenny Hoffman, the Colt, the SSR, the guy, his favorite saying is to say, "Eat my dust." The 001, he'll be on the outside. Hammer Down Brown, driver from the frozen land up north called Canada. He'll be starting there in the 3rd spot. Steven Frenberg, driver out of Pennsylvania. The 29 machine will be starting there in P4. Patrick Spangler, Wide Open Motorsports, guy that's very, very knowledgeable in real life racing. Back there in P5. Trey, 6th place, and Mike Storm, the 69 machine. Rounding out the race field there in the 7th spot. So Joe has a green flag in hand, waiting to wave it. Wave it, Joe. Green flag's out. Landon Cardoza, Kenny Hoffman, Sean Brown, top 3 as of right now. That top lane got developed very fast by those guys. Patrick Spangler, he's going to be in 4th place now. Steven Frenberg, P5. They go side by side. Hammer Down Brown, was he throw a slide job on Kenny Hoffman? No, Hoffman, he's going to thread the needle there to the outside part of the raceway. Tucks right back down to the inside tires now. So Sean Brown already trying to make a pass, didn't work out, lost a little bit of ground, but sucked right back up to that gas tank of the 001. Patrick Spangler still rounding out 4th spot. Trey, P5, Steven, and the Mike. Best lap time up there on your screen in this very early heat race in number 3. Track is starting to form some slick here in the right before the corners. But the top 3 throw a blanket over as they rim ride the outside wall. Kenny Hoffman closes right onto the back NERP bar of Landon Cardoza. Lap 6 of 10 now, 1 minute and 12 seconds in this heat race. Down the back stretch, they wheel and deal into turns 3 and 4. Last lap times up there on your screen. And Landon Cardoza just ran the fastest lap time of the heat race. That last lap with the 12.905. Top 3 still single filed out. Patrick Spangler going to try to work the bottom side part of the racetrack. Nothing there for him as he slides it up to the outside wall. Trey, P5, Steven, 6, and Mike Sorum. They're all single filed out. Eyes are on for the 2nd place now as Sean Brown, Hammer Down Brown, is closed up on the back NERP bar of Kenny Hoffman. 2 laps to go, a lap and a half to go now around the dirt track at Charlotte. Landon Cardoza, this is his race to lose as the other 2 guys have the right rear tire next to the outside wall. White flag waves. Down the backstretch for the final time into turns 3 and 4. Kenny Hoffman blocks that slider line into turns 3 and 4. Checker flag waves for Cardoza, Hoffman, and Brown. Send those guys to the Mac Daddy show. Spangler, Trey, Steven, and Mike send those guys to the LCQ. Only 1 pass was made, and that was Patrick Spangler. So we get ready to rock and roll with the lower mains now. Only 1 car graded up, and that's going to be Ashley. Now a couple more. Only 1 car, though. Only 1 car made a pass. Last heat race. Track is still very tacky, though, which makes up a pretty good A main show. Those guys down there on the bottom left-hand corner. They're wearing the same t-shirt. Right above the 05. 2 jabronis wearing the exact same outfit to the dirt track. Here we go for the grid. For the C main, top 5 drivers will advance. 10 laps. Brady Roderick with R&R Inc. Esports, a double douche machine. He'll be starting on pole with Patrick Spangler. Had a good heat race, just fell a little short. Had a stacked heat race that he was in. He's starting in P2. Phil, FSI Motorsports, driver number 14. Be starting there at third, and Chad Coe to the outside. Steven Frenberg, driver out of Pennsylvania, a posse driver. The 29 machine, he'll be starting in 5th place. Ashley Molinix, a 45. She's out of New York. She'll be starting there in the 6th spot. Then Josh Affirm Motorsports, the 05 machine. Top five drivers advance out of this thing. We'll see who they are as the pace truck pulls off the raceway here at the dirt track of Charlotte. Track is slowly starting to get slicked up there in the corner entries. Double deuce machine of Brady Roderick waiting for the green flag. Green flag waves, and here we go for the C main event. Oh no, Ashley and Josh, they get tangled up very, very early, right before turn 1. Those drivers will have to get a quick tow, and they're going to be out of this race. Back up front we go. That was quick. Brady Roderick, Patrick Spangler fills in 3rd spot. Chad Coe, and then Steven Frenberg, top 5. Single filed out as of right now. No one looked at the bottom side, and now someone has spun out, and that is Chad Coe and Steven Frenberg. Top 5 drivers make it to the next round. This driver that wrecked in turn 1 has no front wing, completely destroyed race car, still out there on the racetrack, not giving up, and as of right now he is inside the transfer spot. Halfway home the mama this time by. Top 3, throw a blanket over him. Roderick, Spangler, and Phil. Spangler, slide job for the race lead, and we are swapping for the top spot now. Roderick gets him right back with a slide job. He's going to try to bounce it right off the race cushion. Single file once again down the back stretch. Phil closes up on both of them side by side as they wheel and deal they're coming out of 4. Patrick Spangler now is next to the outside wall. Roderick's going to give his medicine right back to him, but here comes Patrick down to the bottom side. And now here comes Phil. He's going to try to slide it right up in front of the gap. He parks it right on his nose, and now everyone has crashed but Spangler. Everybody has crashed but the number 10 machine. So here's our race leader. Roderick is still 2nd place. Phil is P3. Steven Frenberg, P4. And then Josh rounding out the race field. One more time. This time by. White flag waves. Not the prettiest heat races. But if you made it up in the top 5, I guess it doesn't matter. Checker flag waves for the field. Crazy heat race. I don't think I've ever seen the C main where everybody has crashed but one person. Exact same story here for the Bravo. 7 cars, top 5 drivers will advance out of this thing. Looks like Corey will not be making a start. He has not got into his car yet. Keep an eye out on that. If he doesn't make it, then only one driver will be going home. That's all you got to beat is one driver. Here's a race grid for the B main. Tyler Wilson, 42 machine. He'll be on pole with Nolan Anderson to the outside. You have Trey in 3rd, and then Richard in 4th. Zach will be starting there in 5th spot, and then Mike in 6th, and then Corey rounding out the 7th and final spot here for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Noel Anderson there in the 64 machine with R&R Inc. They're on that front wing. Eskimo on that engine cover as well. He'll be there on the outside. Tyler Wilson, 42, rocking the all black and white. Paint logo with Wide Open Motorsports abbreviations all over that thing. WOM. .44.7. I mean, sorry, Trey, the 44 machine. Getting those rear tires ready to rock and roll. Stacked up, packed up. 6 cars only, 1 car going home. How will it all play out? Joe has a green flag in hand. Kind of a weird start for the race, Phil. Regardless, we're under green flag racing conditions. Tyler Wilson to the point. Trey in second place. Noel Anderson was in third, but Zach Janis got right around him, and we may be 3 wide. Coming out of 4, not quite. The 16 machine of Richard Bates trying to get to the bottom side. Mike Sorum outside looking in. Mike needs to make up a little bit of ground here as these drivers are side by side down the backstretch. 64, Noel Anderson trying to rip the lip, come out of turn 4 now, and he's going to capture that 4 spot. Richard Bates still holds down 5th place, but Mike Sorum outside and looking in there in that number 69 machine. New paint scheme for that driver as well. So back up front now. Tyler Wilson still on point, halfway home to mama, this time by exactly 1 minute here in the B main show. Zach Janis trying to get to P2 now as he works up bottom side part of the racetrack. Big time slide job coming out of the 64 machine. These drivers are inside the show. All they got to do is make it to the finish line as they are beating it, banging, bouncing off like a pinball down the backstretch. Zach trying to stay out to the high side. Noel Anderson giving it everything that machine, that 410 sprint car has. Trey Naz now fell back to 4th spot, but Noel Anderson getting loose down in turns 3 and 4. Wilson trying to hold on to the race lead, but has a number 7 machine is Zach Janis. This driver was very, very fast in his heat race, trying to work the bottom side, and then he clipped a tractor tire, then got completely demolished. He's back in 2nd place. Outside shot of the racetrack now. On board with Trey, Noel, and Richard. This for 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Back up front, though. For the final time down the back straightaway, Zach gets a huge run on Tyler Wilson. Slide job out to the wall and to the race lead. The checkered flag waves, and he led that one last corner for the checkered flag. Tyler Wilson led every single lap except for turns 3 and 4. Trey P3, Noel Anderson rounding out the top 4. Warm-up is underway. We'll get ready to rock and roll with the Mac Daddy Show. Checker flag waves. They're going to keep this track very tacky. So breakdown of the night. Heat race 1 went okay. It's just tacky. Heat race 2 went okay. Heat race 3 was all right. C main, everybody wrecked but 1 driver. B main was good. That was a good race all the way to the end. Don't believe anyone crashed. So 4 drivers go home tonight. Everyone else, they're here in the A main show. Had some pretty good crashes. But no one cares about any of that stuff anymore. All we care about is this. For all the marbles, the Mac Daddy Show. Around the dirt track at Charlotte. Here on a Sunday night. Don't want to get last because that makes your Monday that much worse when you walk into work. So here we go. Let's get down the lineup. Let's see where everyone's going to be starting at. We'll see how the NODAK Outlaw Sim League's dominoes are going to fall here tonight. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. The driver that's going to be starting on pole for Momentum Sim Sports, the number 51 machine, is Clayton Tilley. Ross Kaiser, another Momentum Sim Sports driver. He'll be starting there in P2. Landon Cardoza, our last week's winner from the crazy state of California. He'll be starting there in third spot. Carlin Cure, a three-time winner here for the NODAK. He's starting in fourth place. Andrew Hauser and Kenny Hoffman making up the third row. Daniel Boyd and Colby Araki be making up the fifth spot. Sixth row is going to be Sean Brown, Hammerdown Brown, and then Patrick Spangler there in that 10th spot. Zach Janis and Brady Roderick, 11th and 12th spot. 13th is Tyler Wilson. 14th is going to be Phil. Trey, 15th. Steven, Liam, Nolan Anderson, Josh, and Richard Bates rounding out the race field. Stack them up and pack them up. 30 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Clayton Tilley and Ross Kaiser there in the front row. Who will come out on top? The pace truck is in. The field slowly rolls and turns 3 and 4. Green flag is out, and we are racing here for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. And yellow flag is going to wave quite early. Yellow flag is out. We jumped right on board with Landon Cardoza for a quick second, and right when I did that, he smashed the outside wall. First, I was on board with Sean Brown, and then he crashed. I jumped onto Landon Cardoza's car, then he crashed. Voodoo here tonight. Sean Brown showing red. They're the number 8 machine up there in Canada land. Oh no. Oh no. Came to a stop out on the racetrack to bring out the yellow flag. Don't know if that's true. I don't want to believe it. Clayton Tilley's still our front runner. Ross Kaiser there in P2. So Momentum Sim Sports 1, 2, 3 right now. Carlin Cure, Rocket Racing Esports driver. He's P4. SSR of Kenny Hoffman and Zach Janis. They're in 5th and 6th. These drivers are all friends. There's a lot of teams out there. I like to make a bigger thing out of it though than what it really is. So top 3 Momentum Sim Sports, Rocket Racing guy in 4th, and then you have SSR guys, and then FSI behind them. Keep that in mind. 30 laps. We're only on lap 3. Green flag back out. Clayton Tilley back on the loud pedal. Landon Cardoza tries to go down bomb side. Yellow flag's on a wave. Cardoza could not find any grip whatsoever down there on the bottom side, part of the racetrack. Yellow flag back out right before they were coming out of turn 2. We'll see what happened. Ouch. Big hits. Big hit by a lot of drivers. He just tapped the outside wall. point standing for the for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Carlin Cure, Clayton Tilley, and Kobe is the top 3. Sean Brown and Kenny Hoffman rounding out the top 5 in the championship points. Single file restart is what the race controller wants, so that's what he's going to get. Tilley, Kaiser, Cardoza, Cure, and Hoffman still top 5. Waiting for Joe to throw the green flag. Throw it. Green flag back out for the race field. Battle for third spot is on. Same thing with fourth spot. His teammates were side by side for a quick bit. Carlin Cure tucks right back in line, right behind Carlin Cure. It is a rat's nest behind 4th place on back. Zach Janis hits the outside wall. Here comes Kenny Hoffman down to the bottom side of his race teammate. Still side by side coming across the line. Trying to give each other as much room as they possibly can. Andrew Hauser there in 7th spot. Tyler Wilson, P8. Colby 9th, and Daniel Boyd rounding out the top 10. Race leader Clayton Tilley ripping the lip around turns 1 and 2, and that car looks very stable and very, very fast here tonight. Yellow flag is back out, and someone is stuck there on the infield in turns 3 and 4. So 3 very early cautions for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Sometimes it happens. Not very many caution flags usually wave. 2 caution flags last week. The most we've ever had for the NODAK Outlaw guys are 6 cautions. Right now we're on number 3, so we're already halfway there, only on lap 9. Noel Anderson's being shown red. Goes flipping end over end all the way down the backstretch. Lands on his wheels though with not much damage whatsoever. Back to live mode, back to race mode. Best lap time in this very early on A-Main show is Clayton Tilley with a 13.542. Lanier Cardoza with a 13.588. Single file restart once again. Back under green flag. Very close racing right here as Carlin Cure gets around Landon Cardoza now. Cardoza falling back a slight bit. Now under pressure by Zach Janis and Kenny Hoffman. Some guys working that bottom side part of the racetrack. Not much there down in turns 1 and 2. Hoffman goes right next to the outside wall now. After 1 and 2 did not do him well. So Carlin Cure move him up 1 spot. He's up to the top 3 now. Cardoza tries to get it back, but he couldn't. Now here comes Zach once again. Last lap times up there on your race screen now. Clayton Tilley a 13.8, Ross 13.8, and a 14 machine trying to knock out the outside wall as a yellow flag is going to wave for the 4th time here tonight. 8 minutes and 6 seconds into the Mac Daddy show with 4 cautions, lap 13. Only 1 driver is out of this race. 19 drivers started, only 1 driver is out, everyone else is still out there on the raceway. And not much passing. Richard Bates has been shown up 7 spots there in the number 16 machine. He is our hard charger as of right now, with plus 7 spots. Sponsors up there in the top right-hand corner. Much appreciated. XSLR. You can go check them out on their Facebook group as well. Cross Series League Racing. Sheer Salon. And then Butt Kickers. Six caution is the most cautions we've ever had, and we've reached that 2 times here for the NODAK. We're on caution number 4 now. Tyler Wilson, Kenny Hoffman made contact, big time contact. One more time for the boys up there in the chopper mode. Check this out. These guys don't lie much. Kenny Hoffman gets glued up to the outside wall and then tries to get unglued from it. Came down the racetrack, hit Tyler Wilson. Wilson knows the outside wall and destroyed that race car. So here we go. We're back. We're already back under green flag racing. Clayton Tilley absolutely gone, and here we go. We got a race now for second place. Carlin Cura has moved up to P2 now. Landon Cardoza, 3rd spot. Zach Janis, move him up to 4th. Don't know what happened to Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser being shown there in the 5th spot. Sean Brown in P6. 3 wide racing here in turns 3 and 4. Carlin Cura and Clayton Tilley, they may put on a big time show as we're one lap over halfway. 10 minutes and 34 seconds in the Mac Daddy show. Carlin Cura got up to 2nd place, and now he needs a caution. He needs a caution soon too. Working away down the list now. Cardoza P3, Zach Janis 4th, Ross 5th, Sean Brown. They're going to battle it out. Sean Brown's in 6th spot for a slight bit. Almost a slide job was completed. Kaiser was able to thread the needle there on the outside part of the raceway. Andrew Hauser, he's lost 2 spots in the Mac Daddy show, being scored in 7th place. Colby started in 8th and still being shown in 8th place. Daniel Boyd 9th. Phil's being shown in 10th place. Patrick Spangler 11th. Richard Bates 12th. And now Kenny Hoffman back in the 12th, 13th spot. Steven Frenberg, Tyler Wilson, Brady Roderick, Josh, and Noah Anderson out there on the raceway. The gap is up there on your screen now. 10 laps to go. Tilley has a 1-second lead over Cure. Can he hold it with lap traffic coming into play now? There was 1 car of lap traffic. That was Noel Anderson as he goes a lap down now. He stays way underneath, and we now have a caution flag, and that is, I believe that's what Cure needed. So back under caution flags for the 5th time here tonight. Clayton Tilley did win El Eldora, so he does have a checkered flag next to his name here for the NODAK. But can he hold off the points series, the points champion right now, the points leader? So you have Momentum Sim Sports, P1. Rocket Racing Setups in 2nd place. Then 3rd place is SSR. 3 different teams for the top 3. 18th on back is out of this race now, so Josh and Trey are out. Only 17 machines are out there on the raceway still. Best lap time is still up there on your screen. Tilley, a 13.542, has the quickest lap time. Landon Cardoza has a 2nd fastest with a 13.588. He's being shown back in the 4th spot. Track classic Charlotte. Right rear tire next to the outside wall and let her eat. Don't hit the outside wall, it will slow you down. If that's not common sense. Single file restart down the backstretch into turns 3. Tilley has been getting some very good restarts here. Can Cure match it? Green flag back out. Diamond cut off of 4. Tilly had a 1-second lead before the caution flag waved, and there you go. He already has a 1-second lead once again. Tilly, a master at the restart here at the dirt track of Charlotte. Cardoza tries to get underneath Zach, not going to help him out. He's actually going to lose a spot to hammer down Brown. So Sean Brown moves up to the 3rd spot now for that final podium spot. Ross Kaiser P5, and here comes a 13 machine of Andrew Hauser. Andrew working the middle side part of the racetrack out of turn 4 as they wheel and deal down the front stretch. They're going to wheel a deal once again in turns 1 and 2. Andrew Hauser stuck in the middle part of the racetrack and kind of sliding his rear tires now. As Carlin Cure has lost all sorts of spots now. Don't know what happened to the number 7 machine. Was P2. Now he falls back to 7 spots, still trying to slice and dice himself through there. And there were 4 wide for a slight bit. So Sean Brown now is up to 2nd place. Zach Janis still working the bottom side part of the racetrack. And here comes Landon Cardoza once again next to the outside wall. Down in turns 3 and 4, throw a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. Sean Brown and Landon Cardoza outside wall. Zach Janis was working the bottom side. He moves out to the outside wall now. Carlin Cure is still in the P5. Colby P6. Andrew Hauser 7th. And Kenny Hoffman P8. But back up front, it is this man's race to lose. The number 51 of Clayton Tilley. A 1.7 a second lead into turns 3 and 4 now. 3 laps to go. Let's go ahead and make it 2 laps this time by. Could have a very good battle here for the final podium spot of Landon Cardoza, Momentum Sim Sports driver, the 114, and the SSR Elite Sim Racing squad of Zach Janis. Cardoza taps the outside wall in turns 3 and 4. The white flag is being waved to the race field. Zach Janis now has a lot of pressure from Carlin Cure, the 3-time winner, down the backstretch for the final time into turns 3 and 4. Zach looks down low of Cardoza, not going to make nothing happen. Coming out of turn 4, Cardoza is going to finish in that last podium spot. Sean Brown moving up 7 spots to finish in P2, and then Clayton Tilley coming home with a checkered flag. We jump into the Discord page. We'll see if we can get an interview with the top 3 drivers. This is a restart, and this is what happened to the guy that was running in 2nd place. Taps the outside wall, does an extremely great job of making sure his car stays up there. Everybody freight training him right down to the bottom side. But heads up driving by the number 7. Lost all sorts of spots, but we had to show that replay because that was a big moment in tonight's race. So that's how the lineup is going to stack up. But the man that's going to finish in 3rd spot, and the guy that won last week, Landon Cardoza, man, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Going solid, man. Going solid. Long night of racing here. Everyone, classic dirt track of Charlotte, man. Everyone next to the outside wall.
Yeah, that's usually how this place ends up. It's where I like it to be. It's got to get real slick to go down to the bottom, but yeah, that's Charlotte for you. Up on top, hitting the motor bumps down the straightaway, and do what you got to do.
Bottom side, down in turns 1 after restarts. Was there anything there, or was it all the way next to the outside wall?
I didn't even want to try to go down there. I know I've ran some slick tracks on the bottom here before. I know if I go to the bottom, it's not going to be how I want it to go. So yeah, I just tried to keep it up top, and there could have been something down there, and who knows, might have been able to get me around to 2nd or maybe even 1st. But yeah, I don't think it was down there that much.
Back-to-back podium spots for you for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Schedule next week. You guys go to Limaland. How do you feel about that track?
I like the bull rings. I like the. I don't really consider Limaland a bull ring, but I like the smaller track, so I'm pretty confident going into there. We'll see how the car feels out through the week during officials, but yeah, I think it should be a good run next week.
Very cool, man. You got any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, just to start with my mom and dad. Always sitting in here watching the broadcast. You broadcast, Philip, everyone else that does NODAK, and Momentum Sim Sports, Speed Shot 51, Juiced Energy, Racecraft Simulations, CT Designs, Vanpool Construction, Ultimate Dirt TV, Everything Dirt, and Verdict Clothing.
Very cool, man. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good weeks for Cardoza there. Got a checker flag, then got another podium spot. The guy that's going to finish in second place is Hammer Down Brown, Sean Brown. Sean, how was it out there, man? It looked like there was a lot of close action.
Hey, yeah, at the start of the race, I had a little bit of drama, so we got sent to the back and somehow made it happen to get to second place again, so can't complain about that.
I was asking Cardoza, this looked like just a good old classic dirt track at Charlotte race where everyone was all the way next to the outside wall.
Yeah, I was boned off tonight, and the worse it usually gets, the better I get, so this is my kind of track tonight, so it was nice.
You have not won a race yet for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. Still searching for that first checker flag. Limaland is next on the race list. How do you like that track, and are you pretty quick there?
Oh, don't sell me too short. I took a win at Lanier at the start of the season, so.
Oh yeah,
No,
6-6. You were the first winner for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. My apologies, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But Limaland, how do you like that track?
I'm definitely way better at the short track, so that's a place I'm looking forward to. Anytime you can run second to Clayton Tilley, though, you're doing something right. He's one of the best in the game, so.
Very cool, man. You got a shout out set that you like to give?
Yeah, I Firm Motorsports, ABR Setup Shop mainly, and then we got Butt Kicker, Mazen's Transport, 21 Race Designs, and Siebers Race Media.
Very cool, man. Once again, apologize. The first winner for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League is Sean Brown, coming home there in the second spot. And, dude, we'll see you next week at Limaland.
Great on. Thanks a lot, man.
Very cool. Man, that was my fault. Sean Brown, very, very good race. Up from the frozen land up north. Hammer Down Brown. The guy that's going to finish in the top spot, though, is going to be Clayton Tilley. And Tilley, man, you started on pole and you never looked back.
Yeah, mate, it's a perfect night. Qualifying, we spanked it, and heat race we did well, and then obviously feature race we led from start to finish, so you can't ask for much better than that.
You won back in Eldora on 7-18. After that, you've seen pretty fast about everywhere we go. I think Lernerville, you got pushed off the raceway, and then just some bad luck happening week after week. You finally got another win. But how do you kind of break a bad luck streak?
Persistence. Just keep on, and eventually it'll come back to you like it has. We've been struggling with some bad luck for the past probably month, not just in this league, but everywhere. So this past week, we've pretty much come back to, and we've done really well throughout the week in the iRacing official Knoxville Nationals, and now obviously we've carried it over to here. So hopefully onwards and upwards.
Kind of a bull ring of a racetrack, if you want to call it that. That's Limaland. Then you guys have a off week, but Limaland, 410 sprint cars. Do you have a lot of laps around that place?
Not a lot of laps, but the few laps that we have done there, we've competed with some of the best. So hopefully when we come back here next week, you'll be seeing me back on the top step.
Very cool, man. You got any shout outs that you like to give?
Absolutely. I just got to thank all the boys at Momentum Sim Sport, Josh, Ross, Landon, Brett, all the other fellas that chip in, and our main sponsor, speedshop51.com, for all your setups, coaching, photography, all that sort of jazz, and all our other sponsors too, Juiced Energy, Vanderbilt Construction, Everything Dirt, CT Designs, Ultimate Dirt TV, J-Dub Cinematography. Sure I'm forgetting a few, but yeah, just appreciate everyone's help, and obviously for you for putting on the broadcast and filling all these guys for the league.
Very cool. Clayton Tilley, a race winner, and we'll see you next week, man, at Limaland.
Absolutely, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, bud. Clayton Tilley coming home with the checker flag once again. Two-time winner here for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League. I want to make sure. Yeah, Ross Kaiser, he has won 2 times, and then Carlin Kerr has won 3 times. No one else has won more than twice. Clayton Tilley now is the third person to be a multiple-time winner. A lot of new winners here for the NODAK, and that's always cool to see. Thank you all for tuning in here to WhiskeyOval_TV. It's much appreciated. Thanks for the likes and shares and the comments. Thanks for the support. Always like it. Here's the final results up there on your screen now. Tilly Brown Cardoza, top 3. Zach Janis, P4. Carlin Cure, 5th spot. Colby, 6th. Kenny, 7th. Andrew, Phil, and Tyler rounding out the top 10. Daniel Boyd, Ross, Richard, Steven, Brady, Noel, Patrick, and then Josh rounding out the race field. I think there's one more guy. There is. Trey, back there in the 19th spot. So Momentum Sim Sports driver. Got the win here tonight. ABR Setup Shops back in P2. Landon Cardoza, another Momentum Sim Sports guy. Then Rocket Racing Esports. Then Zach Janis. Zach Janis with SSR Elite in P4. So that's going to do it. Final results up there on your screen. I'll be back live Monday with the King of Slings Dirt Late Models. Make sure you guys tune in for that action. Till next time, we'll be back at Lima Land for the NODAK Outlaw Sim League at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. You guys can check it out here on Facebook and or YouTube at Whiskeyable_TV. Point Series champs, though, or the standings, is Carlin Cure, Clayton Tilley. That gap is slowly starting to close now. Cure did have a 44-point race, 44-point cushion coming in here tonight. But with Cure finishing there in the 5th spot, Tilley finishing there in the top spot. Don't know. Can't do the math in my head, nor do I know the math. But that's going to be close going into Lyman Land. I'll share an update. But that's going to do it. We'll catch you guys next time. Everyone, please take care. Stay safe. Enjoy the new iRacing League. The new iRacing schedule that's coming out Monday evening. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.